And we're live.
We're live.
Hi guys, and welcome to our Sunday show on a Monday.
Yes. Sunday +1.
Let me just check everything's working. I can see volume coming up there, so I think the mic is on. Can somebody let us know in the chat if you can see and hear us okay?
Yeah, we can't see the mute symbol tonight.
I don't think.
Hopefully we're not muted.
I don't think we're muted.
No.
Let me just wait and set for someone to say mic is on. Yeah,
yes,
okay.
Good.
I think you can see and hear us. Okay, as you can tell, we are a day late with this because, as many of you will know probably, we've been away for the weekend.
Yeah.
At an 80s festival. We're feeling kind of jaded and rough. How did you describe it? You feel like you've been run over by a truck or something?
Yeah, something like that. We ache all over.
Mainly from lugging our gear from the car to the festival, which included a tent.
Yeah.
You know,
because
everything.
on the website it said that there were trolleys that you could hire, so I just thought, oh, we'll be able to hire a trolley, and we haven't got one of our own, so yeah.
We have a granny trolley. We should have taken that seriously. But we were going to hire a trolley, so we had to lug all our gear in and then set up the tent, and then of course, you know.
Yeah. And when we first arrived, because we went on the Saturday morning rather than the Sunday night, we first arrived and really struggled to find somewhere to camp, didn't we? Until somebody told us that there was an area that there was loads of space on.
But because we arrived a day later than most people, we were like in the farthest field possible, like it felt like half a mile from the venue and about half a mile from the car.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're just exhausted, and of course we had plenty to drink and then slept in a tent, and so we're just...
Yeah, all good fun, you know.
We're knackered. And then we came home and we just spent all day packaging and packing because we're going away tomorrow to Tenerife for 10 days. So it's just been mad. So that's why we're a day late anyway.
Yeah.
Let me just scroll back and see. There's loads of people chatting. I'll just say a few hellos in a second. First in today was Tactical Bite. Then we've got Bum Crack Picker, Peter Ray, Lucy, Jason, Chelsea, hi there. DM. Oh, DM, Depeche Mode. Maybe? I wonder if that's a Depeche Mode reference.
So.
Gary's in there. Lots and lots of people. You may have seen, if you're in the Chat Facebook group, you may have seen a chap called Steve.
Yeah.
Posted a picture of us at the festival with Steve in between because, he found us and we had quite a chat.
Yeah,
didn't we?
It was really bizarre because he came up to you and arms wide open and went to hug you.
It had a few. I think it had a few by this point. It was fairly well. Yeah.
I think we all had
a few. But yeah, so we hung around with Steve for a bit.
But yeah, really nice guy. So it was really good to meet you, Steve, if you're watching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I was going to say something else, but I can't. Oh yeah, then he said, "You're the famous Nick Hills."
He was trying to explain to his friend, and it was there with a group of friends, but it was a particular lady, and she was like, "Oh, who's this guy then? How do you know him?" And he's like, "Oh, he's a famous bloke off YouTube." And I'm like, "I'm really not famous." Then she goes, "Oh, let me get a picture." I'm like, "You don't know who we are."
She didn't know who we are from Adam.
She had a few.
Like I said, everybody had. So
it was a really good weekend. I have made a video. But it's not edited yet. There's about 100 clips that I've got to go through and watch and edit and trim and But it was good. We talked in the video about who we saw and who was good and who wasn't.
Yeah, we haven't finished it.
We need to do a roundup of that. Yeah. So I don't know when that's going to come out because we're off to Tenerife tomorrow. So anyway, but that was fun. Let me just check in the chat and see if there's any questions or things coming in.
I did just see Lisa said that her cat died tonight, so I'm really sorry, Lisa. That's
so he mentioned that actually.
News.
Lisa, you're having a rough time of it. Just so much going on. Yeah, it's awful to lose a pet.
No.
It's
yeah.
So sorry to hear that. We obviously we can't take Monty with us to Tenerife. So luckily Andrew's uncle who lives locally is house sitting for us. So he'll be well looked after.
Yeah.
Probably spoilt rotten while we're away. And we're going to try and live stream, aren't we?
Well, I don't know if it will happen.
On the Sunday. if we, depending on what the internet's like,
don't bank on it.
we might do something next Sunday, but if not, you know why.
Yeah. We'll try to do something at least, but don't bank on it if we can't.
Well,
because we don't know yet how what it's going to be like. So
it's a pretty decent hotel, isn't it? It's quite a posh hotel, so it should have Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
So there shouldn't be any problem.
I know. I'm just saying, don't don't expect it. We'll try, but.
Right. Let's just see what the chat's saying. Yeah. What's that Peter says there? What's people's timeline waiting for someone to pay for an item on eBay?
I'm really impatient with it now. Maybe 2 days, 3 days.
Well, you open
file an item not paid thing.
Well, how long is it until you can open that? 3 days, isn't it? 3 or 4 days? And then
it's less than that now, I think.
Oh, is it?
Well, I always send them a message just saying, "Oh, thanks for your order. This is ready for dispatch as soon as payment's made," just to kind of give them a nudge in case they go, "Oh, yeah, I forgot about that." And then if I don't hear anything in the next day or so, I open an unpaid item case.
Well, we opened one. We sold on auction a job lot of Monster High. I think I shared it in a recent video, and they never paid. I think it was an international bidder.
I know.
They never paid, so we opened a non-paying bidder thing, and I just ended that today, and we got our fees back.
Okay.
So I think with that, I'm quite happy actually, because I felt it was undersold on auction. So I'm just going to relist it as buy it now and ask like 40 or 50 for it. I think it went for 33 or something.
Yeah.
So I'm quite happy they didn't pay in a way, because I reckon I'll easily get 40 out of it. But yeah,
but it is a pain. It's just, people wasting your time, really.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than selling an item and then not getting paid, because you get that happy feeling that you flogged it, and then you just
and you can have instant payment on, but if you take an offer or if it's GSP, they can't pay straight away. So
or an auction, you can't have instant payment
as
on.
well.
Yeah. CP Crafts and More's in there, says, "Hi everyone, woohoo! Get to watch while sorting out boxes now. Cats have decided to get out of them." Oh, I saw your picture, I think, in the chat of storage containers with cats in and out, messing about.
Excellent.
The chat chat, if you're new to this chat or you're new to our channel and you're wondering what the chat chat is, I don't think there's a link below currently, but if you go on Facebook and search the chat chat, you'll find our group, which basically it's a place to carry on this chat really and talk about reselling.
It's about reselling, but it's also social as well, so it doesn't have to be about reselling.
Okay. Oh, Darren's in there. Hi there. Oh, it's just jumped. Oh, there we go. It keeps doing it.
I know.
And Kirsten, hi there. We don't have a haul, obviously, because we've been away for the weekend. We haven't set up any sales to share, so we're just going to ramble a bit. There's a couple of things we do want to talk about. We're going to talk a little bit about holiday settings, because obviously that's fresh in our mind, because we've been debating what we're going to do. We've been flip-flopping for the last week as to whether we're going to shut it all off.
I know.
Or put
and then we think we finally made a decision, and then we changed our minds again. And then while we were away, we were back and forth on it, weren't we? And you said, "I tell you what, I'll ask Sahir, and he can tell me what to do. But do I shut it off completely? Do I just put it on holiday settings and extend the dispatch time?"
Yeah. So we asked Sahir earlier, and he said, "Yeah, just shut it off. Go, you deserve a proper break."
And we were like, "Yeah."
Yeah, yeah. And then when you went in to do it, you went, "You know what?
Like, no, I can't do it. I can't do it."
But I think what we're going to do, we've already put holiday settings on and instantly sold something. We were away for 10 days and turned it all off, and we nothing special. It's just a couple of these little Coca-Cola cool box lunchbox things. But what was I going to say?
We'll send them out tomorrow. So if they have read the message, then they'll be like, "Oh, that's enough."
We have a bit of time in the morning, so I'll send them anyway. Yeah. But I think what we'll do is, if it's on my mind and I'm checking into eBay all the time, answering messages and doing stuff, we can still shut it off while we're there. We're taking a laptop anyway, so we could just shut it all off if I'm on there too much, or if it's distracting from the holiday.
Exactly. We've got that.
But we just couldn't bring ourselves to shut it all off properly. So
it's been hard.
Well, that's covered that topic already. That's going to be a topic.
Well, but it still can be a topic, because I'd like to know what everyone else thinks, to be honest. What would you do, or what have you done when you've gone on holiday? And I mean,
because what we if we leave it on holiday settings, what we also do is put our dispatch time to, well, currently it would be 10 days because we're away for 10, and then we would slowly reduce it throughout the week.
Yeah,
that's our plan. That's how we've done it before, and it works really well. But yeah, let us know what your opinions on that are. The only other thing I was going to share is a really annoying return.
Shall we just see what's going on in the chat?
From
What
some
people
shoes,
are talking
but
about?
I'll touch on that in a minute. Okay. Good morning, says Michael.
Perhaps he's in Australia.
Maybe. Right. So yeah, lots of people popping in to say hello. We've currently got 122 viewers, which is awesome on a Monday evening. We were just explaining that we've been away for the weekend, hence we are here on a Monday. What's that? That question?
No, go back a bit.
Backwards.
And again.
Oh, someone had a dream about me.
Oh, hello.
Well, that one.
No, well, yes, but I read something else. You're just zooming past.
It jumped. It wasn't me. How far back? How far back am I going?
I don't know.
Okay,
I can't see what I was. Maybe it's back.
Oh my god, there's so much chat size, guys. Sorry. Just trying to get back to something. What?
I don't know. I have to reach right over if I've got control of it.
I think.
Oh, here we are.
We've been to there.
Peter Cummins says, blow-up mattress, self-inflatable mattress, or camp bed. Well, kind of blow-up mattress. Not camp bed.
We took two like single ones, and they're ones that got a pump built in. Yeah. So you just stand on it and pump it up.
And I don't know how it happened, but I woke up at like 1 a.m. I was like, I was flat on the floor. My bed had completely gone down.
The bung had come out.
Yeah, the bung had come out. But how that happened, it was in when I went to bed.
It wasn't me. I didn't sabotage it.
I lay there thinking, did you just do that for a joke?
I was out for the count. No, it wasn't me. Okay. So we've got a newfangled Sky thingamabob, says Kirsten. I'm watching you on the big TV.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, that's quite freaky, thinking we're on a big TV in your house. I can't think about that stuff. That freaks me out.
It messes with my
head. Lisa's just thanking everyone for their kind words. Yeah, it's so tough.
Yeah.
Losing
really
a loved one, and that includes pets, obviously. Yeah. Yes, Nick, you are famous. As I said to Steve, we are kind of famous is the wrong word. In our tiny little community of resellers, we're well known, but
known because we're on people's TVs
apparently so, yeah.
But then, to be fair, I do sometimes watch Kirsten's videos on my TV, so tit for tat.
Yeah, we watch a lot of YouTube on telly, actually.
Yeah.
Darren says there, I thought it was Lord Hills of Hitchin since his royal seal of approval. Again, I shared this in the Tap Chat group. We've now sent 2 of the SIG aluminium bottles to His Royal Highness something or other.
King of Austria or Prince of Austria.
Prince something of Austria.
Yeah.
But it's to an address in Wales somewhere.
But
it's like it's some official residency of it's all a bit strange.
No.
But yeah, they left us good feedback and I shared it on the Tap Chat group. Okay, I did see some questions. We'll do a couple of questions from the chat. If I can find them again. There's one. Andrea, is there any sensible way to clean the insole of shoes? I think the previous owner of the shoes left sweat marks around the heel area.
I don't know.
I wouldn't have thought that would be easy to get out.
I've not done it, so I don't know.
No.
No.
One thing you could do is get some cheap slide-in soles, like insoles, and then you could pop them in and take some pictures with them in, so they'd look good.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't have experience in that, so I can't answer that question.
Okay, let me just see if there's that one. Lucy says, Nick, I had a dream about you. You were at my local charity shop and I was a bit annoyed because there'd be nothing for me. Oh my god. Popping up in people's dreams now.
I know. In my dreams all the time, dear.
Am I? Not sure. This is Jitaru Daniel says, not sure if I'm being punked, but sold 3 items today at buy it now price, considering I have best offer on all of them. Yeah, people often buy our stuff
like
at the buy it now price without offering.
Yeah. A lot of people just don't want to be bothered with the faffing around, or they don't notice that it's got a best offer on it.
Yeah. Peter says, Nick, did you get to see my posts on the Tat Chat? Not sure. I did check in there earlier. I've missed so much over the weekend, so I don't know. I was struggling to read through it all. It's so busy on there, which is great. But if you step out of it for a couple of days, you're just lost.
Yeah, completely.
Dustin has a question. Do you want to read that one? I'm just going to have a drink.
Yeah. Dustin says, when listing as buy it now or best offer, do you put the item on until cancelled, or do you do it for 7 or 10 days to make people buy in fear of the item ending and then missing out? Well, we do it on 10 days, don't we?
We switch to 10 days. We do use good till cancelled, but that tends to be on items we have multiples of.
Yeah.
Because once you get sales on them, that really pushes it up the best rank, and that really works. But for one-off items, we're on 10-day cycles, and the reasoning behind that is when an item is fresh, and also you have to do sell similar, not just relist. That's the general rule of thumb, or the general thinking, and then it generates a brand new listing with a new number, and it gets promoted as a brand new fresh listing. And then 10 days later, it gets pushed up the best match searches because it's coming to its end. So we get those spikes 3 times a month. Yeah. And we found that benefits us in sales, because if you do it monthly, you only get a beginning, once at the beginning and once a month later. Whereas we get with 10 days, you get 3, but it costs you more in fees, obviously.
Yeah, definitely.
So, and each to their own. That's what works for us. And I think a few people have adopted that technique, but yeah, just try things out and see what works best for you. Oh, it's just jumped again. Oh, there's talk of holiday mode there.
Okay.
Oh, there we go. Right. You asked Zahir for advice. Yeah, I did. Well, we couldn't make our minds up, so I just said, "Oh no, I'll just ask Zahir, see what he says." And he gave us an answer, and then we did the opposite.
No, we were going to. I was literally there, but I was just poised over it. And I was like, I can't do it. God. Yeah.
Kevin, no proper topic. You're at risk of turning this into one of Zahir's chats. Yeah, basically. We're just going to ramble.
Yeah, but we won't talk about coffee or coffee machines.
No, we won't. That's Zahir's territory. Yeah. Nick, you should have taken your pasting table and a load of water bottles.
Do you know, he was looking at all of the merchandise stalls in great detail with lots of plans in his head and thinking,
I can't help it.
Thinking about, I
love small businesses. I love seeing entrepreneurs.
This would be a good idea to do.
In action. The people selling all the glow stuff, and the people selling, most of it's Chinese import tat.
Oh, I haven't given Ellen a present yet. It's still in the car.
Oh, we bought Ellen a flag. Yeah. We digress.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love the stalls and the little food outlets and I don't know, just entrepreneurs. No matter what they're doing, it fascinates me, and I have so much respect for people who just start.
Just rubbish blow up things that people were buying, like flamingos and blow up
little
guitars.
blow up guitars. Yeah. They were everywhere. Yeah.
Crazy.
Okay. Peter says, go have fun, Nick and Andrew, and don't worry about eBay. Have a break, as eBay will pick up after you get back. Yeah, we may yet turn it off.
Pete's Retro Collectible says, I turned off all sales, so I didn't even look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Karen says, I put it on extended dispatch and reduce it. I try to just check it once a day, or it spoils the holiday. Yeah, I think that's probably what we're going to do. We won't be like obsessing over it, but
no, well, we'll be too busy eating and drinking all the fruit. We've gone all inclusive, so we'll be perfectly busy sat in the bar to worry too much about eBay. But as I said before, if it's interrupting it, if it's bugging us and I'm on there too much, either of us, we can still turn it all off. I mean, Kirsten was just saying there, did you read Kirsten's?
Yeah, I didn't read it out. We had a big holiday in March. I closed my Etsy shop and run down my eBay, never really recovered. Oh, okay.
So sales didn't recover, you mean? or maybe numbers of listings because it was run down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I remember watching a video about that holiday.
Yeah.
Didn't you go somewhere like Seychelles or something? It's really
Yeah.
nice.
Well, I can't
remember where it was.
but yeah.
Okay.
And then Karen CP Craft says, I think if going away for longer than a weekend, I would shut it off and delete the app. Yeah, I don't know. It's just so hard.
We can't decide. I was having a chat with, who was I talking to earlier? I was talking to somebody earlier about the fact that when you put holiday settings on, as a business seller, you have to have your address on listings. And then if a big sign comes up saying, we are away for 10 days, there's a real, problem there. Because people are like, okay, they're away. I mean, we're lucky because we've got Steve who's house sitting for us, but you could so easily just think, okay, they're away. Here's their address.
I know. Well, somebody on eBay doesn't know that, do they?
Yeah.
They'd have a surprise.
Yeah, Monty would bite their ankles. Paul says, went to Glastonbury for 5 days and just changed the dispatch date, worked perfectly and had about 40 sales. Yeah, effectively, that's what we're doing.
Yeah,
but
you just have to hope that people actually read it. That's the only thing.
Well, as I said, we changed it, I don't know, an hour or two back and almost instantly got a sale with 10 days dispatch time. So
Hitman UK said, my sales were so bad on holiday mode, I assume that you get put to the bottom of the listings, and as soon as I got home and turned holiday mode off, sales went great again. Yeah, well, I just feel like at least if we don't switch it off completely, we've got that chance of selling some stuff.
As long as we're not on it all the time checking it. Deleting the apps isn't a bad idea, because then maybe once in an evening we can just check in. If it's on my app and I hear ka-chings or I hear the message thing, I'll be so tempted to answer it. So deleting my app, perhaps tonight.
I always thought you were worse than me, but now I'm thinking the other way around.
You're more obsessed than me about some things. Okay, Heather says, what's that about autocorrect? Don't know. I shut down when I went to open in Las Vegas and had a boost in sales when I turned it back on my way home. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Did Nick list the bung on eBay? Oh, your bed bung.
No, put it back in. Blew my bed up again.
And Parker, you're on a 6-foot projector here.
Oh my god.
Okay. The other thing, as I said, we don't have a haul because we've been away at the festival, so we've not been boot sailing, although the Saturday would have been really good. It was nice weather on the Saturday, and I saw a lot of people's haul pictures. A lot of people were out boot sailing. We're still not really sourced for now, getting on, what, 2 months? Probably over 2 months.
No, it hasn't been that long.
Is it not?
Surely.
6 weeks then?
Maybe 6 weeks.
Long time. And I am really cracking through this.
No, you tell a lie. We did last week. We went to a boot sale.
Yeah, but we weren't actually there to source properly. We were selling stuff.
Well, we still did.
But we bought more than we sold. Anyway, you know what I mean. We're still not actively sourcing as we normally would. And it doesn't look like it, but I've shifted. There's a big hole there, look.
What, on the ceiling?
Yeah. Oh, that's a shelf. I have shifted an awful lot of gear. When we come back, I think I'm going to condense all this down. I'll probably have 1 or 2 racks free. And then we're going to start getting everything prepped for FBA.
Yep, it's time to get ready for Q4.
Yeah. Now, the other thing I was saying, we don't have a haul and we haven't got any sales lined up to show you. But the other thing I do want to talk about is we sold a pair of Loucks, which looked a bit like this. In fact, they were this design. What was it? Sandown. They were this color. They were this size. And the buyer received them. And then a few days later, what did they say?
She called on the phone. And I took the phone call and she said she was ringing about the Loucks shoes.
I forgot they've called, you know.
Yeah. And she said there's an issue with them. They're coming away on one part of the toe on the sole. So I passed her on to Nick because it was Nick's sale. That's not them, by the way.
Well, we'll get onto that in a minute.
Yeah, spoilers. And Yeah, I passed her on to you, and then you spoke to her on the phone, and you were just quite short with her, polite but short, and just said, "Well, just send them back then. That's
I
fine.
said if there's
open a return and send them back."
Yeah, open a return and send them back to me, and I'll take a look.
Yeah, I mean, I think we both at that point thought, "What?
It
They
sounded
were in really good condition when we sent them out. How have they suddenly?"
It sounded fishy, and I didn't know if she was just angling for a partial refund. So we tend to call people's bluff if they say, "I want some money off because there's a problem." We just say, "Open a return. If you're not happy, open a return." We have given partial refunds. You have to judge each case on its merits, but most of the time now we just say, if there's a problem, open a return. It's all set up within eBay. It's easy to do, and a lot of time people just vanish and they don't come back to you. Anyway, they did open a return and we accepted it, and they sent them back. Got these shoes back. This is the damage that they were claiming had happened. Basically, the sole has completely come away. The glue's gone. Yeah, it's a really old. The thing is, it's a really old damage. This is all dry and it's been like it for ages. Anyway, I went into the pictures on the original listing.
Isn't it like that on both shoes?
That one's been stuck back down.
Well, it's still coming away though, you can see.
Yeah. So I went into the pictures on my original listing. Luckily, I put like 10 or 12 pictures on from every conceivable angle of the shoes, because the ones I sent out weren't perfect. They were in really good condition, way better than these. And but I just took pictures of every angle to cover all of the little scuffs and scratches. On this shoe, there were 3 little scratches here, like somebody had hit their heel on a wall or something and it just scratched. Funnily enough, they're not there. And then on the side, I did a picture exactly like that, and then I did a close-up of these to show the wear. None of this wear here, I think, is on the ones. One of the shoes has a big black mark. The actual ones I sent out, it's just blatantly obvious.
Yeah. Also, the ones we sent out, they had remnants of
heel
a heel grip that we couldn't get off because they were completely like stuck in.
Yeah, so they were like white stickers from a heel grip stuck in the back. No trace of that. And then these, I don't know if that's going to show.
No, it's too dark.
They've got mold inside them.
Yeah, they're moldy.
They stink like they've been in someone's garage for 10 years and they've got mold in there. Anyway, so I contacted eBay and I said, look, somebody has sent me back a completely different pair of shoes, blah, blah, blah. At that point, I couldn't escalate it. I had to wait.
Yeah, you had to wait a day for some reason.
So I waited, and then when we got back today, I phoned them up, and they said, "Can we ask you to contact the buyer? That would be the first thing." And I said, "What do you want me to say? That you sent a different pair of shoes back? They're hardly going to admit it." And he said, "Well, then it's all on record that you've had a conversation with the buyer, and we can take it up from there." And he explained what the process was. So I messaged the buyer straight away. And I've had quite a conversation with them already. They are adamant that these are the shoes that I sent them. They said that the mold wasn't there when they sent them back. I explained to them, I said, but I'm in conversations with eBay. I'm sending them all the pictures of the shoes you sent back, which do not tally up with the shoes in the original listing. They are clearly a different pair of shoes. And all I had back, about the 4th or 5th message down the line, all I had back from that was, I sent you the shoes back that you sold me. Unbelievable. So anyway.
No, well, we didn't exactly expect them to be truthful. I mean, they're blatantly sending us back completely different shoes that are trashed, basically.
So it's ongoing now with eBay. I have sent them the corroborating images that show that these are a different pair than the ones in the listing pictures. I had to download a form and sign it, like a legal sort of, can't remember the name of the form, but to say that everything I'm saying is true, blah, blah, blah. And they're now looking into it. The unfortunate thing is we are away, obviously, for the next 10 days, and it needs dealing with within the next
5 days.
5 or 6 days.
Yeah.
So I kind of got to answer messages while I'm away anyway. But yeah, it's just outrageous that people think they can do that and get away with it. They were only like 20 quid or something, not even that, because they're not a particularly popular style. So it's not, again, it's not the money. We're not fighting this for the money. I'm fighting this because they're just stealing from us, and it's wrong. And I feel it's kind of my duty to stand up to these people. and make. I said to them in every email I sent to the buyer, I said, I'm taking this really seriously, and I'm going to do everything I can to work with eBay to get a resolution out of this. So yeah, that's going to be fun.
No.
So we'll see what happens, and we'll let you know. So okay,
yeah, I think we're going to have to call them again before we go tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll call them again tomorrow and find out what's going on, because weirdly, the number on the parcel that came back isn't the number that's on the returns thing. Don't know how that happened. So the return was still waiting, if you see what I mean, because it was done all through eBay and the post office hadn't scanned to say it's arrived with me. But now I've contacted them and told them I've got them and they're the wrong shoes. They automated, now I've got to refund the buyer email came through. And I'm like, but I've opened the case, explain. It's like, oh, it's such a palaver.
It's like the left hand doesn't know what the right hand's doing sometimes when you ring them.
Oh, it's just daft. So I'm going to have to call them again and just get it all worked out, hopefully. Shazad says, I have stopped leaving feedback for buyers and noticed that the feedback rate has increased. Also, my return and missing rate has notably decreased. I wanted to know your thoughts. Well, we've changed to automating it, so we leave feedback once the buyer leaves feedback. I don't really track how much feedback I get, to be honest. We are still getting a fair amount of returns and issues, but we're switching to a fully tracked service. I've got to sort that out when I get back. I had a message from somebody actually who said that we can hook up our PPI online account with some sort of barcoding machine, apparently, and do it all from home and not do the click and drop. Anyway, so yeah, we are, when we get back from holiday, we're going to change how we do all of that, hopefully.
Well, just below. Oh, we've had a super chat.
Oh,
Sorry if that's been sat there a while, Peter, but thank you.
We're way behind. We're not getting the normally little bubbles appear at the top of our chat, and it counts down to let us know.
Well, we might have been too busy chatting.
No, I usually notice them. But yeah, Peter's super chat at £2. Thanks for that. Says, have fun on holiday, relax, 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 please. Oh, we intend to.
Thank you, Peter.
Don't worry. It's been a long time coming, this holiday.
Yeah.
Tell me where they live and I will go and get your shoes back, says Lisa.
Yeah.
I can't share that information, unfortunately, but thanks for the thought. Yeah.
Yeah, Anna Hall says, obviously they wanted a free pair of shoes and fancied a straight swap. Yeah, definitely.
It's theft.
It is.
This is, well, being an ex-copper, it's basically, this would fall under theft by deception. The deception is that they are claiming these are the shoes that I sent them, whereas they're not. They've still got my property and they haven't paid for it because they're demanding their money back. So it is a type of theft by deception.
Yeah.
And eBay, thankfully, are taking it seriously. Whether we get a resolution out of this, I'm pretty sure I will get my money back, but that isn't the point. Ideally, I want them to ban their account or for there to be repercussions for them. That's why I'm following this up.
Yeah,
it's not,
people shouldn't get away with it.
No, and I'm going to take this as far as I possibly can. If I don't get the resolution I want, I'm then going to take it another way, report the buyer, and follow it up that way, because it's wrong, and I just don't stand for that. It's blatant theft.
Don't move it a minute.
Yep.
Amy May says, I've had the same this week on an £8.99 sale. I sent out a brand new one and they're sending me photos of an old marked one claiming it's what I sent them. It's not.
Yep. Yeah, stick to your guns if you can. Yeah. It's a lot of faffing around. This is the trouble. And you have to really fight your case. I mean, I've already spent probably an hour or hour and a half on it just today.
It's so frustrating.
You know, with photographs and emailing, and then we had to download this form and sign it and then scan it back in and send it back as a PDF. It's like such a palaver, but yeah, it's the principle. It's the principle of it all that is why we're doing it.
Yeah.
Okay. Darren says, something similar to those shoes happened to me. I messaged the buyer saying eBay were going to upgrade it to police action to find out what happened to their shoes, and they suddenly admitted it.
Oh, interesting.
Ooh. Yeah, I don't really want to say something that isn't true. I don't want to say I'm gonna get the police in. I mean, I could, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see what eBay. I'm gonna call them tomorrow before we go on holiday and see what they say.
Yeah. And Tigger56 said, I had a buyer do this with a TiVo. He gutted mine and substituted broken parts. Every electronic component in it were replaced with broken ones.
I've heard of this before. People buying electronics, harvesting parts, and sending you back a worthless piece of crap.
Yeah.
It's outrageous, and it happens too often. I mean, and we get stung all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just jumped again. Hang on. Oh, there we are. Okay. You've had 2 super chats now. What?
Have we?
Someone just said we've had 2 super chats. That's Peter Ray.
Oh, Stephen Watling. Oh, sorry, Stephen.
Stephen.
Oh, he wants a happy dance.
Is that the Stephen we met? That's not.
No.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Stephen. Sorry, we're not. The super chat thing isn't working. We normally get like I say, a notification thing that comes up, and because we can only see a tiny section of the chat at any one time, we keep missing them. Yeah, we did have a fab weekend. Like I say, we're going to do a video about it. But what were your highlights? Well, I know what your highlight was.
Belinda Carlisle.
Andrea went nuts for Belinda Carlisle, and she was really good, actually.
She was fantastic. She did not disappoint at all.
Yeah. Highlights for me were the Christians, which was a band I was really into. Their first album back in 1987. One of the first albums I bought, that was, and his voice was fantastic. Midge was really good from Ultravox. He did Vienna, which was epic. Who else was I really into?
We really enjoyed the Village People.
Oh my God, the Village People were there, and they were. It's not what I choose to listen to on a regular basis, but as a show, it was just hilarious.
Oh, it was fantastic.
I mean, basically, you had a bunch of what must be 50, 60-year-old men prancing about, dressed up.
Yeah.
Singing songs from the 70s and 80s.
Fit. They were still looking good with their muscles out and all.
Yeah, but were they the original guys?
I don't know.
The copper what? Well, he looked like he was in his 60s.
Yeah, definitely. I thought the Indian guy.
The Indian guy. They were all quite buff, you know. They're still worked out, but the Indian guy had a massive belly, and he was like, wasn't quite keeping up with the routine.
So I don't know. They might have replaced some members over the years, but. They were so good. They're just the crowd participation and just it was so much fun.
They were slick. I think they toured the world doing it. Well, they said they did, didn't they?
Yeah. I mean, every routine had been rehearsed within an inch of its life. And it was just fantastic. It
was hilarious, and they got the crowd going like nobody else.
Yeah.
So and then you liked Gloria Gaynor.
Yeah, she followed and headlined. That was the word I was trying to think of. And I didn't know, and I didn't think I'd know any other song other than I Will Survive. But she did so many songs I remembered, and it was just brilliant. I
had to leave. We were right at the front at this point. I had to leave because the cider had gone right through me. And I was stood there just like, oh my God, when's it going to end? And I had to dash to lose. Yeah. So I left you dancing around to I Will Survive.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay. There's talk of the shoes here. Chrissy says the cheek of some people. Yeah. Bumcrack picker, mouldy dead man's shoes. That's what they're like. They smell really bad.
But why would they want to replace him if he was dead?
Yeah.
Oh dear.
It's just I can't get my head around
No, not at all.
how outrageous it is.
Don't know what's going on with my fringe.
And that they thought we'd fall for it as well. It was just so obvious.
I know. As you looked at my fringe, I don't know what's going on with it.
It's all right.
A bit mental. Needs a cut, really.
Indie Chick says, "Oh my God, that is disgraceful. What total mingers." Yeah, I share the opinion.
Oh, Carla's in the chat. Hi, Carla.
Oh yeah, Carla Jenkins is in there. Okay.
Indie Chick says, I have some M&S knickers and bras to sell. Fingers crossed this doesn't happen to me.
Yeah. CYBK, what's that say? Just got to, responding to somebody else.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's fraud. Well, exactly it is. Yeah. It's theft by deception. Yeah. So how long have we been going? Oh, blimey, 45 minutes already.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll just...
Jason Entwistle says, I have a UV pen and I mark everything I sell. And in my listing, I put all items are security marked. Touchwood, not had any issues.
Yeah, I mean, you'd still have to prove it to eBay.
Yeah,
you'd still have to go through what we're going through now. But doing the UV thing, and we did go there ages and ages ago. We went down that route. Do you remember?
We did it with the shop.
In the shop, we had UV pen, and used to mark consoles and stuff. And we used to put marks in certain places on consoles. What was I going to say? The beauty of that actually is that you can put in your listing, all my items are UV marked. Any returns are checked. You know what I mean? And one way of combating this, I would never expect it with shoes. This is the weird thing. I would expect it more with games, electronics, that sort of stuff, because it's easier to switch out a like for like item. But we haven't been marking our stuff for years. We touch wood, we haven't had many issues with that. But yeah, if you can put in your listing that everything is UV marked and with returns everything is checked before a refund is given, that will put off potential scammers for sure. So yeah, worth thinking about. Kevin, the best you can hope for is for eBay to reimburse you from their own money. They won't want to annoy buyers. Well, eBay keeps saying that they are trying to come down on scammers and they want us to report buyers. They want to work with us sellers. So yeah, they should be penalizing them. If they believe the truth and the pictures that I'm going to send them, there should be penalties for the buyer, in my opinion. Otherwise, they're never going to stem this flow of people scamming the sellers.
I know. And it will just get more and more because people think, well, that's easy.
This is the trouble, yeah. When does it stop?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me catch up. Oh my god.
Yeah, because we went back to find the other.
Okay. I think I'm at the end of the chat now.
Jason says, I fancied Belinda Carlisle in the 80s. I had a bit of a girl crush on her. I must admit, I had posters all over my walls of her.
Yeah,
she's still just as beautiful in real life.
She was great. And Kim Wilde was on. She was good. She did a good set. I was going to say, Belinda Carlisle, we both had the same album, didn't we? Obviously, years and years and years before we ever met, was Runaway Horses. Yeah. I think you had more than that. You had all of the albums.
I've got all of albums.
Yeah. My sister bought me Runaway Horses for my birthday in whenever that was. 89?
89, I think. Yeah.
Pop quiz knowledge. Graham says there, all items are DNA swabbed prior to refund consideration. What? Peter A, how much did your holiday cost? A lot, because it's in school holidays. So we were fleeced, weren't we? We paid through the nose for this holiday. Lisa, I'm happy to be the hitman to deal with these asses. Yeah. We will hopefully eBay will do something. I don't hold out a lot of hope.
Yeah, the trouble is you talk to one person and then the next time we call, you're talking to another person. And
well, one guy was going to sort things out and get back to me, and he hasn't.
Well, they were going to call you back at 3 o'clock in the afternoon a couple of days ago, and they didn't.
Yeah, they've not been great so far, I'll be honest. It's like they say all the right things on the phone, but then the action doesn't. They don't follow through.
Yeah, Graham says, does Kim Wilde garden to a backing track? Oh dear.
No, she wasn't doing any gardening.
No, she used to shop in Virgin though when we worked there.
Yeah, we've met her a couple of times.
Yeah.
She had kind of a guitarist who looked like someone out of like Anthrax.
Yeah.
He had like the whole Anthrax beard, and he was bald, and he was wearing real rocking stuff, and had a Flying V guitar sort of thing.
Yeah.
And it was really good. It was a great show. It was, yeah. But when they announced, and Kim Wilde, and runs this bald bloke with a great big guitar, and I was thinking, she's changed.
There was a really funny moment though where she went backstage to put this cape on, and she came back out with this cape which was tied up, and it wasn't a Madonna moment, but it nearly was. She was doing I can't remember the song now. Is it You Keep Me Hanging On? She was talking about spinning round anyway, and she span round him, and as she did, she caught her ties on the edge of his guitar, and then they were stuck together, and he had to keep moving with her. They were just spinning on the spot, while she was trying to get herself.
Well, it got caught up in his tuners at the end of his guitar,
and they were in hysterics.
And he was like trying to put his guitar off, and then she was having to follow him around trying to undo this thing.
Yeah.
And then there was another point where the guitarist came on, did a bit of a solo, didn't realise Kim had gone around there and just barged straight into her.
Oh yeah.
It was great.
It was highly amusing.
Why did eBay, this is Kirsten, why did eBay stop you being able to leave negative feedback as a seller? I remember the time when they changed that. It was because people were sort of revenge feedbacking. So as a buyer, if the buyer left negative feedback, sellers were able to use feedback as a revenge thing. And then they took us as sellers that power away from us to leave negative.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people.
Not fair, really.
No.
Because you should be able to warn other sellers. Or
I've seen people doing that. All you can leave is positive, but I've seen people leaving positive and putting in capitals, scammer, avoid this person, block this buyer. I've seen people doing that before now. So yeah, we've already blocked this buyer, this shoe buyer, by the way. It's well worth doing. Bumcrack Picker, did you say what happened with the bike you sold? I haven't talked about this in this video. I've done a separate video about my lapse of judgment and my cock up with the bike. I don't know when that'll be.
Your numpty moment.
Yeah. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled for that. I guess I'll make that live in the next few days. Okay, should we wrap this up then soon? Oh, it's 10 to.
Yeah.
There's a question there. Oh, where's it gone? Have you heard of the eBay concierge service, which should be coming to the UK? They should deal with issues with dealing with different customer service representatives.
No, I've not heard of that.
I don't know what that's all about.
No.
Nope. Oh yeah, Tigger's just saying the same sort of thing about they stopped negative buyer feedback years ago. They claimed that sellers were using feedback extortion and scaring off buyers. Yeah.
Oh, we've had a super chat from Krillin.
Oh, hi Krillin, how you doing? I looked up the fix and I watched some of their videos, some of the earlier ones. They're still going by the look of it. They're still releasing stuff. Yeah. They seem to me like a bit like Talking Heads. They reminded me, a couple of the tracks reminded me of Talking Heads.
Aww.
And Chelsea's just super chatted as well.
Yeah, well, carry on talking about.
Yeah, so I did enjoy the fix, and they reminded me a bit of Split Ends, who kind of evolved into Crowded House.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, a good band actually. Really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So thanks for that. And he says, what did Krillin say?
You can and should respond to negative feedback.
Yes, you can put a response in. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Or if you feel that it's totally unjust, try and get it removed.
Yeah, you can. eBay, if there's good reason, eBay will remove negative feedback for you. Oh, the little bubble notifications are working now.
Chelsea's made it work.
So Chelsea was just super chatted £10, which is crazy generous. Thanks, mate. He says, have a great holiday.
I guess I ought to do a happy dance.
You just enjoy it, don't you? You can't help it. They're not even asking for you to dance. You just like dancing for money. Yeah, thanks for that, Chelsea. We'll have a beer for you on the beach. Okay. Split Ends, that's going back a bit. Yeah.
Civ K says, Chelsea, I was only super chatted you as a little thank you for leaving the car boots free.
Yeah, we've left the boots free for all our local regulars. I am itching to get back into it, but I've really been enjoying clearing stuff.
Yes, I think that when we've had a holiday and we start moving towards Q4, we'll enjoy just getting back into it. And yeah, I think I'm going to try not to buy so many clothes. So I need to get my list on.
Well, your clothes backlog is worse than my tap backlog in here,
and I've still got the kids' clothes from the shop to work through. So I've still got loads of winter stuff which I need to just get on and do. Yeah.
So we've got a lot of work ahead. I mean, we could probably keep our buying ban up till the end of the year.
Yeah, Sibkay says you're dancing for money, and then Lisa made a joke about it as well. Yes, I've had these comments. Not all of them have been joking, and not necessarily in the chat. I've seen other comments been said about my dancing.
People can have whatever opinions they like. But it's fine.
As far as I'm concerned, it's just a bit of silliness. That's all it is. It's just silliness.
That's a Tina Turner reference. I'm your private dancer.
I know.
It's a great song, actually. That and Steamy Windows. That's a good one.
I love Tina Turner.
You've seen her live, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Darren's just super chatted £5.
Thank you, Darren.
Cheers, mate. Bucket and spade each for the beach. Enjoy your holiday.
Thank you so much, Darren.
I think we might buy a cocktail with it. Is that all right with you?
It's all inclusive. We don't have to buy the cocktails.
Oh, yeah. Bucket and spade it is. Oh, can't wait for the all-inclusive bit. I just love going to a bar and just saying, I'll have a bit of that and a bit of that.
I know.
Although when we've done all-inclusive before, they limited the bar. Do you remember?
Yeah. And
certain things like the cocktails weren't included, which I thought was so stingy. I'm hoping it's just all-inclusive bar. I doubt they will, though.
I don't know. We'll see. Oh, look, all the bubbles will come up now. Unless we're getting more super chats.
Oh, what's that 5 there?
I don't know. Move down.
Did we miss one?
No. You're going the wrong way.
What?
This way. There we go. There we go.
I'm scrolling backwards to find the chats. CYBK has super chat £5. You've made our lives better. Thank you always, Monty. Thank you, Monty. I would go and get him, but he's sleeping somewhere, so I won't disturb him. Thanks for that.
I'm going to miss him so much when we go away.
Ellen's going to be a mess.
Got upset earlier. She was like, "Oh."
Ellen was getting upset about thinking about missing Monty. That's how. She
was crying her eyes out.
Yeah.
But thank you, Sibkay. Thank you, Krillin, again. And Krillin says, should I spend the dollars for DM?
Tickets are a lot worth it.
Yes.
Well, we've already invested again to go and see them in November. Is it?
Yeah.
November.
Yeah, they're worth every penny.
But I do want to get to the front this time. Yeah. I'm making the effort, even if I have to stand there and need the toilet
all day.
Yeah, this is the issue with getting to the front at a gig is you are stuck getting back to the front. And we had this issue at the weekend a bit. People pushing in and try and get back. And if you go to the loo, you've got to try and get back in. Then you annoy everyone.
Got share to with someone, didn't you?
Yeah. Can I come in front of you, please? Can I squeeze through? And I'm like, no, get here earlier.
I know, because he was tall, this guy, wasn't he?
That massive guy that was trying to buy us through, and the guy next to me was like, no.
Yeah. Before they disappear, we've had a super chat also from Derek Suter. Is that how you pronounce your name?
I guess so.
And he says, have a beer on me. So thank you. Cheers.
Wow.
Derek.
Cheers, Derek. Appreciate that.
Thank you so much for that. And Dave Rowland says, spin on a chair for me. No bubbles on our screen.
Yeah, we can see the bubbles you see on the side chat.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone else gets to see the little bubbles that count down.
Yeah.
And we still don't have fanciness. So who's got to spin on a chair? You can spin on a chair.
No, that's you. That's your thing. I do the silly dancing. You spin on a chair. Off you go.
I need room.
Oh, hang on. Have you got spinning on this room?
Yeah. There you go. Okay, mustn't encourage this stuff. Yeah. Cheers, Dave.
Yeah. If anyone has a problem with silliness, then they're just
don't
boring
watch.
Old farts is all I can say. Yeah.
Okay. So we didn't really have anything else we wanted to cover. We covered the annoying scammer who's returned a completely different pair of shoes.
And says, I've got to film you when you fall over from having all of these drinks. All we talked about all the weekend was how much you were going to drink. All you talked about going on holidays, how many cocktails you're going to have.
You trying to say I've got a problem?
Well, I'm not saying it.
Yeah, so that was it really. That's all we had to share with you guys. As we said, we're going to be away for 10 days. We will try and do some sort of stream next Sunday. Don't know if it's going to happen.
Yeah.
If we can make it happen, we will. Don't know what we'll talk about. And yeah, I don't know when I'll get the video of our weekend at the festival up, but that will be coming soon.
Yes, well, Well, apparently we're not working over the holiday, but you're going to try and edit and get that video up.
I'm going to do it tonight.
Oh, you're going to do it tonight? Okay.
Yeah, but there's like 100 clips, so who knows if that's going to happen.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yes. Well, Ellen will be pleased because her favourite YouTubers, Rose and Rosie, are released in their next video at 9 o'clock. She said, "Can I stream at 9 o'clock? Because we'll stop her from streaming while we are, just in case it interrupts the stream."
Yeah, we have a streaming ban whilst we're streaming live because it, for the bandwidth issues. Quillen has just super chatted again. Cheers. Says Nick stroke Andrea, I guess. Yeah. When I saw Morrissey at MSG in New York City, a guy passed out on the floor. People were literally walking over him to get closer to the stage.
That is unbelievable.
Oh my God.
My goodness. But thank you for the super chat.
That reminds me of when before, I don't know if you guys know this, I think I have talked about it before. You had open heart surgery. Andrea had open heart surgery in 2007. And before that, when it got really bad, because you had a hole in your heart.
I know what you're going to talk about.
Andrea would occasionally have really dizzy spells and sometimes pass out. We were in our gaming shop when we had that, and Andrea had a really bad spell from this, like heart flutters, and you passed out.
Us behind the counter, and actually you came up to me and surprised me, just grabbed me, didn't you? And my heart went mental, and I just passed out on the floor. So Nick phones an ambulance because I couldn't get it to go. It was just going, it wasn't like beating at all. And Nick phoned an ambulance. And the whole time I was on the floor, the customers were leaning. I mean, we had Becky, our niece. Was it Becky or is it Katie then? Anyway, we had someone working there. So they were serving customers. But the customers were just leaning over the counter and asking me questions about games.
Yeah. So Andrea's on the floor, not having a heart attack, but having crazy heart arrhythmia
even
things.
When the paramedic arrived.
Nobody batted an eyelid. Paramedics come in and they're checking all your stuff. And people are still coming up to the counter.
Can you tell me,
questions.
does this come with so-and-so manual? And I'm like, I don't know.
Lying on the floor. It's like people in a world of their own.
I know.
And so that Morrissey thing you said there, it's like
totally.
People just are so blinkered to their own little world. And the fact that they were trampling on a guy that had passed out.
Yeah. My uncle passed out on a train station, and people walked over him thinking that he was just drunk and he'd passed out.
Who, Steve?
No, it's Michael.
Did he?
Yeah, he had a bad turn when he got off a train one day and passed out.
Oh my God!
And he
people
said
just
that
walked
people
over
were just
him.
walking over him, and then he came to and managed to get himself on a bench. And nobody stopped to help him.
I don't think I could walk past someone if they're passed out.
Yeah, they
like
just assumed he was drunk.
Yeah, I remember when we had. We are going to leave you in a minute. So we started waffling now. I remember when we had our gaming shop. I remember a poor old chap was walking up the high street, the road where we were, and he must have tripped on the curb or something, and he smacked his face on the floor and like smashed his nose.
Yeah, that's horrible.
So a kind passerby helped him to his feet, but because it was right outside our door, we hadn't seen it happen. First we knew was this woman opened the door and dragged this man in, which was fine because we wanted to help out in that, but he was bleeding all over our shop, and I don't.
Luckily, it was a wooden floor.
Yeah, so we're going around with like trying to mop it up, and we got him a chair and a cup of tea or whatever, and phoned an ambulance. But I don't cope with blood. If I see real blood, I keel over. So there's like,
yeah, you were pale.
Me kind of trying to mop up blood. I think I had to let you mop it all up. I had to go and sit down. So yeah,
quite bad with that.
But I felt so sorry for the guy. Yeah. He just smacked his head straight on the floor like that.
I just have another passing out story quickly before we go. Went to see 21 Pilots with Ellen, and a person passed out in the crowd, and again nobody was doing anything. And I think Ellen said afterwards the same sort of thing happened. People were just like pushing through and just ignoring this person on the floor. And the lead singer of 21 Pilots actually stopped. And he said, could somebody help her up, please? We help each other out here. You know, we're all a team. We're all in this together. And somebody is on the floor, and I'm not happy about that.
Wow.
And, you know,
you didn't tell me that.
Well, it was amazing. You know, the fact that he just stopped the whole concert and he said, somebody help this girl.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Fantastic.
Oh, we've had another one, have we?
Another super chat coming. We were about to wrap it up.
Mia Cameron Alley. Thank you so much. He says, have a nice holiday. You've helped us a lot, and a big thank you.
It's our
A
pleasure.
big thank you to you as well.
It's our
Thank
pleasure.
you.
Yeah, if people can benefit from our videos and our chats and hauls and stuff, then
sorry
that's
we
just,
didn't have so much to offer tonight, but
yeah, that's just a big bonus. And yeah, that's kind of why we do it, really.
A little bit of chat about holiday settings and selling experiences. Bad buyers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So hopefully that was a fun chat. Thanks for joining us. We're still on 172 viewers that have made it to the end, so thank you for that on a Monday evening. We'll hopefully see you for a live stream on Sunday. There are a couple of videos that will come out hopefully between now and then, and we'll see you when we get back. Hopefully we will be less pale.
You never know.
When we get back, and we'll see you then. Thanks ever so much for watching. If you did enjoy it, please give us a thumbs up. That'd be great.
Yeah. Have a brilliant week, everybody.
Yeah. Thanks for watching.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye for now.